yeah, this is the first Super Bowl that we got an American Pope, right? And we got the most American president in 20 years, right? Even though this is a bad picture. This might not be the best picture, but you get the point. American Pope, American dictator president. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff, and so we got Super Bowl. It's it. The Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks, going against the New England Patriots. Now, both of these teams gonna represent two different things. Seattle, it's very hard for me to really place my finger on it, but I do remember Seattle being lawless at one point. Right, they had the chop and the Chaz protests, and there was like no cops could come around there. Right, I do believe the New England Patriots represent the cops. Is they're based out of kind of close to Boston, right? And Boston is known for the Irish heritage, and the Irish pretty much when they first got over here to America, they were treated like shit, right? And so America wanted to apologize, so they basically gave them the police department. All right, so this is what I'm saying.
Walk into any police station in New York, Boston, or Chicago, and you'll see them. O'Brien, Sullivan, Kelly, Murphy, Fitzgerald. Irish names everywhere. This isn't coincidence. It's history. Ever wonder why so many cops are Irish? In the mid-1800s, Irish immigrants arrived in America fleeing the famine. They needed work. American cities needed law enforcement. It was a perfect match. By the late 1800s, Irish immigrants dominated police forces in major cities. New York, Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia. Irish names filled the rosters: O'Malley, Donovan, Ryan. Why? Irish immigrants spoke English. They understood urban life, and they saw police work as stable, respectable employment for men supporting families. It became a family tradition, father to son, generation after generation. That tradition continues today. Irish American families are still serving in the same departments their great-grandfathers joined in the 1870s. Same cities, same badges. Did your family serve? Comment below and follow for more. Walk into...
All right, so yeah. So we establishing the characters in our play, Super Bowl 60. All right. We got the New England Patriots. I'm telling you, they are the cops. They are the police. All right. We see what's going on with the police, right? With the ICE situation. All right. So now Seattle is more known for being lawless. All right. They had this place called CHOP, right? A no police zone, question mark.
You're watching a makeshift security team beating up the man they say robbed an auto shop.
Step back if you are not part of security!
This crowd stepped in after the owners of Car Tender said they caught this man breaking into their store and lighting their counter on fire. That's the owner's son, Mason, holding a rifle. Missing from all this, the police.
We were waiting for the police to come. Police never showed.
Car Tender stands at 12th and Olive along the Capitol Hill Occupied Protest, or CHOP Zone. Today, Chief Carmen Best said her officers will not respond in person to crime.
So yeah, Seattle's kind of the home of the defund the police whole thing, right? So it's funny to me that these are the two teams playing in the Super Bowl, and we got arrests, going on in the streets. Now let's get to some of these players, right? We got Sam Darnold, forever the backup quarterback. Now he's playing in the Super Bowl. Played great, and that dude, Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's the best wide receiver in the league. Like, it ain't even close. That dude's really, really good. All right, but anyway, Sam Darnold played for the Minnesota Vikings, right? So this ICE situation where we got somebody with the last name Good and the last name Pretty. All right, pretty good. Pretty good. Sam Darnold, pretty good. Stephon Diggs, pretty good. Stephon Diggs played for the Minnesota Vikings too, right? That's where all this is taking place at. Pretty good. Good and pretty. Something about that. All right. So Minnesota and Seattle kind of got this connection, right? With these protests. And so these two players, they didn't play on the same team together or nothing like that. But It's just funny to me that they both play for Minnesota. All right, so Sam Darnold, if you look at his name, Sam is 3 letters, Darnold is 7 letters. All right, so that's really like 37. And that 37 been kind of big. All right, Indiana, if you spell out Indiana, it's 37. All right, and I don't know if he scored a touchdown and the quarterback scored a touchdown when they just won the national championship for Indiana. IU won the national championship. This guy scored a touchdown, right, for Indiana. His number's been big. And all over Seattle, they've been going crazy about this number 12, right? And I can show you, well, the 12th prime number is 37. Right, so there's a connection there. All right, and there's also this dude named Kobe Bryant played for Seattle. We don't get to him too. But yeah, and that's the first one I got uh, hip that they was doing kind of rituals for Seattle. The Northwest, where Washington State is at, they was having floods. 6 rivers flooded up there, right? And Phillip Rivers came and played. This is the game Phillip Rivers came back and played, right? There goes Phillip Rivers with the number 17, right? Let's see if I can do something right quick. This number's been big, right? Phillip Rivers, number 17. You had Devontae Adams. I think he got a touchdown yesterday too. He's number 17. The score for the Broncos and the Patriots was 10-7. Add up to 17, right? So ice, you spell out ice is 17. Right. No big deal. So yeah, Sam Darnold with that 37. That's 12th prime number. Let me show you that too. Spell out 37. It's a 12th prime number. So yesterday in Seattle, they had a number 12 everywhere. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, Sam Darnold used to play for the Jets, right? I think he was the backup to Mark Sanchez. Remember Mark Sanchez got stabbed in Indianapolis? Indianapolis is a colt. A colt is a horse. We're in the year of the horse. Yeah, I think this guy, he used to be the backup for. Either he was the backup for him at New York Jets, or he was the backup for him at USC. One of the two, because they both played at USC, right? Just like OJ played at USC. You knew OJ was going to be involved in this somehow, some way. But yeah, Mark Sanchez got stabbed, and he has a connection to this dude too. And why I can't find it, I don't know. All right, let's keep it pushing. Maybe it'll pop up. All right, so yeah, Sam Darnold went to USC. All right, you got that 37 connection. To deal with that dude, Kobe Bryant. Then Drake May. Drake May. If you look at his name, Drake May. Drake is 5 letters. May is 4 letters. That's 54, just like I showed you with this back here, the 54, right? Yesterday's date was the 25th of January, 251. Drake May, 54. Right? And then he got the name Drake. And we've been talking about the ice and the ice storm, right? The ice storm came after I did the video about the Iceman, right? Remember the Iceman hoax was in Minnesota, right? It was an Iceman hoax in Minnesota. Then nobody come and tell me after I did that video that Drake last album was called Iceman. Like, okay, boom, there's another connection. Remember Trey Young getting traded to the nation capital, right? He's Ice Trey. He does that same little celebration of Washington D.C. The Iceman. He'll put somebody on ice. Now Kendrick Lamar, he's connected to this too because he's beefing with Drake. He was in the Super Bowl last year. Now we got another Drake in this Super Bowl, but ain't the it ain't the rapper Drake. But there is a connection there with him being the Iceman. And so Kendrick Lamar is connected to this through his birthday, June 17th. That June 17th is like 617. The 617 area code is, basically New England, Boston area code, right? And the Boston Celtics won the championship on June 17th in 2024, right? In honor of that area code. But if you take that number, 617, if you take that number, 617, right? And you check for it's a prime number. It do got a prime number. It's 113. That 113 is connected to none other than Kobe Bean Bryant. Why is that important? This is about to get. Why is that important? Oh my God! I just seen something else too. I don't want to throw nobody off, but like I was saying, Sam Darnold. Sam is 3 letters. Darnold is 7 letters. That's 37. It's 157 right here. It's 37 proud number, which leads us back to 12. But let's stay on this 113, right? And Kobe Bryant, because there is a dude who plays for the Seattle Supersonics. I keep saying that, right? And the Seattle Supersonics is kind of connected to this too because the NFL season started on 9-4. And if you spell out Seattle, Washington, it equals 94, right? And remember, the Seattle Supersonics played Michael Jordan in the finals in 1994, right? So this kid name is Kobe Bryant. They just beat the LA Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, right, to go to the Super Bowl. Kobe Bryant plays for this defense. Kobe Bryant is crazy. All right. So Kobe Bryant, which was another ritual there, right, plays for this defense called the Dark Side. Remember, Kobe Bryant, the real Kobe Bryant is the Black Mamba, the Dark Mamba, the Dark Side. Welcome to the Dark Side. This is their name of their defense. It's good to have a name for your defense. I mean, your defense is really, really good. They got a name too. So the name of their defense is the Dark Side. All right. So dark, black. Oh, this is kind of leading to, and they got a name of their running back is Walker. All right, Walker the third. So he's a son of a Walker. Right. Luke, I am your father. Okay. But remember, James Earl Jones died September 9th, 2024. Okay. Now, okay, I don't want to go too far, get too far away from Kobe Bryant either. All right, matter of fact, we good. Okay, so James Earl Jones died, right? James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars. All right. Now, it's getting a little weird because another thing I know about Seattle is they known for the Space Needle, and the Space Needle looked like a UFO. All right. So, Darth Vader voice, James Earl Jones, all right, died September 9th, 2024. Seemed like it would be a prime number or something. Because that's such a specific date, right? So in football, we go by the weeks. We don't go by the days. So it'll be 71 weeks from when Darth Vader died to the day that these dudes, the dark side wins and get the honor to go to the Super Bowl, right? 71 weeks. That's the Catholic number, 71. Spell it out. Okay. You'll see that number everywhere. 71, right? And 35, but right now. 71. So the Space Needle. Space. Remember these dudes? They've been trying to set us up for this. I don't even think this is. I ain't got nothing ready for that. Okay. Oh yeah, the hearings. They've been having the hearings about the UFOs.
This newly released video.
And the hearing was on September 9th, too, by the way. Just like James Earl Jones died on September 9th. The very next year, 2025, is the date of these UFO hearings. All right, so this is another thing I know about Seattle, too. Okay. The dark side. So I'm pretty sure that the Patriots going to come out in the Super Bowl wearing all white. And then, Seattle going to be wearing dark colors. All right. So moving on. Okay. Now let's get to the 33s. All right, let's get to the 33s. So we got to go back. Okay. So pretty and good. They got shot because of the ice rays. The ice rays are surrounding, my good Latinos, right? Or just anybody who's they saying is undocumented, right? This shit is getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. All right, so isn't it funny that months ago a Latin artist was picked to play the Super Bowl? Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And his name is Bad Bunny. So with the Bad Bunny, that's gonna lead us to Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if we got time to go down that rabbit hole. The Bad Bunny is gonna lead directly to Alice in Wonderland. And I don't even get that. I mean, it's probably a personal word, but we got to deal with this. Okay. This dude right here, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk died September 10th. Now, I didn't think Charlie Kirk had nothing to do with this because his team was out, the Chicago Bears. But if you go from the day he was, they say assassinated, September 10th to yesterday was 137 days, right? Let's check this out. It's 137 days. That is the 33rd prime number. All right. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a Christian nationalist. Right. And so on certain days, a dude named Charlie, just a random dude who's at the end of the bench will catch a touchdown or something like that. Or somebody with the last name Kirk, which there is a dude named Christian Kirk who played for the Houston Texans. Right. Yeah, this was funny to me because and Christian Kirk, he caught a touchdown, the last game the Texas played, I think. Or he been catching a touchdown, something like that. It was just, I don't know, it was just a good bit. And just the way they names is similar, and he's a Christian nationalist, Charlie Kirk, and his dude name is Christian Kirk. Watch out, Stephen A.
Catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions. That's crazy. All right. Another big thing that was in the news is 2024 too. Trump getting shot. That was big. You go from that date. July 13th. And this ain't ready. Oh yeah, okay. As a matter of fact, before we do that, Hamas versus Israel, right? Just like the game ended for the Patriots and the Broncos 10-7, right? They add that up to equal 17. The Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, like 10-7, right? And that was 2023. That was 841 days ago. That's the 29th square. Now, take a word like black, right? Talk about the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, the dark side, and that's 29. Now, and that's Hamas and Israel, right? The Patriots got a Venezuelan kicker. And hold on. And it's the Roswell incident. This was 1947, like Trump, the 47th president. More UFO hoax stuff. Yeah, I forgot where I was at. Alice in Wonderland with the bunny. I don't want to go down that road. Yeah, I talked about Mark Sanchez. You know, New Jersey is okay. Here go that 17 with Hamas, right? 17 or 10-7. I'm saying 17 because you can write it like that, and they got a picture like that. But if I show it to you with the 17, you'll see that 71. See right there, 17. It's the 7th of October, right? You see that at 71, just like how James Earl Jones death day, 71 weeks to this dark side, winning the NFC. Oh yeah, Mark Sanchez getting stabbed. All right, they both play for the New York Jets, but they really in New Jersey. Oh yeah, and there was a shooting, NYC shooting, and that was related to the NFL too. And if I'm not mistaken, man, this dude looked just like Stephon Diggs. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. But what was the date on this? On July 28, 2025. Now, let's just check it out just for fun. July 28, 20. $181 days. That's the 42nd proud number. It's just, and 42 is war. But war with who? These people ain't got nobody to go to war with, except for if they talk about. I mean, they been talking about Greenland, which is really ice land technically, but then they made the movie to go along with it. It's just they don't even try to separate this shit no more. Everything is just kind of clumped up together. Like this would come out 2 years later or 4 years later. They wouldn't like as we're talking about Greenland, make a movie called Greenland 2, where everything's getting blown up and shit. Just pretty much more fear tactics. And I was going to talk about the extraterrestrial and how you break the word down. Extra meaning they say outside, but really extra means more of. And then terra meaning earth or land. Extra earth, more terra, more land. We talk about extraterrestrial UFOs and UAPs. That's why I say Seattle got that little bit of lime green in it. There's something about Star Wars, but I wouldn't put it past these people. And yeah, Charlie Kirk. It was 137 days. And then Trump getting shot. Hold on, I didn't even do Trump getting shot. Was Trump getting shot? That's another 33, right? He got shot the 7th month, 13th day. If you put that 137, if you put that 13 in front of the 7, that's 137. It's the 33rd prime number. So, but anyway, he got shot in 2024. That's the date. So 561 days ago. That's the 33rd triangle number. So there's a war going, unless there's a war going on they don't want to tell us about, that whatever this faction is that shot Trump and shot Charlie Kirk, because those dates leads to 33s, and that make me think. As a matter of fact, let me see something. Because dealing with the number 60, right? It's the 60. We just had the 60th presidential election with Trump won, and we're going to the 60th Super Bowl, right? And that's connected. It's connected to 33 and 666. So it's going to be very interesting. The dark side. You got James Earl Jones connected to it. All right, with the number 71. And the Iceman, Drake. And, Kendrick Lamar got that 617. This is just, it's a lot to take in. I just put all this together this morning. And the bunny. Do we want to do the bunny? The Bad Bunny? Okay, the Bad Bunny. All right. Here's the Bad Bunny. See what he's holding? He's holding a clock. He's all caught up with time, and he's so worried about time. The Bad Bunny. Remember this dude on the cover of Time magazine? This dude's all caught up in time. Time. Donald Trump, it's time. Donald Trump, the time traveler. The Trump code. Trump connected to Tesla through his uncle, the Barry Trump. Time travel, little Barry Trump, the last president. Oh man, that's funny. When did this book come out? Why would it be called The Last President? I didn't even know that. I knew it was a time travel book. I didn't know it was called The Last President. That's crazy. And there's all kind of little books about little Donald Trump. And it's from the 1800s. Did a fictional 1800s book series about Barry Trump, predict Donald Trump presidency. Yeah. Donald Trump, the time traveler. The bunny, the Bad Bunny. Time. Time is ticking, tick-tock. And then if you go down the rabbit hole with the bunny, that's what you don't want to do. Okay, hold on. Nobody want to talk about the bunny, man. Just 30 seconds. Let's see what she said.
What is the rabbit theory? In Alice in Wonderland, before the white rabbit showed up, Alice was in bliss. She was chilling under her tree. The white rabbit showed up and her life got flipped upside down. So the white rabbit theory, the rabbit theory is when the rabbit comes, your time for something specific is up. Usually for a lot of these trending videos, it's saying that they're going to have heartbreak. So the rabbit is showing up, they're going to have heartbreak, they're no longer in their relationship, but it can be whatever specific event is happening. What is the rabbit theory?
That was pretty good. I don't think she talked about what we talk about, but at the same time, I can kind of see how it kind of correlates. Because that bunny, I mean, he showed up right at time, right on time. I think it's something to this Bad Bunny. I think that's where I don't know how we I don't know. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Wait a minute. Because there's something to this. Hold on. I've been watching Corey forever. Okay. Chop, chop, chop. The bunny. I think that's it.
Alice Pleasant. The story begins with Alice, a girl trapped in the monotony of her world. While her sister reads a book without illustrations, she feels restless, as if her mind is destined for something greater. Her dissatisfaction is the first indication that she is awakening from the dream of common reality. It is no coincidence that she is a child, for in esoteric tradition, the child represents the initiate, one who has not yet been fully conditioned by the structures of society. Then, the white rabbit appears. Dressed in a vest and holding a pocket watch, he mutters, "Oh dear, I shall be late." Without hesitation, Alice follows him. This is the breaking point from the ordinary world, the threshold that separates everyday reality from the realm of mystery. In esoteric terms, the white rabbit plays the role of the psychic.
Something after halftime, whoever winning probably ain't gonna be winning no more.
Pomp, the initiatory guide who leads the soul through spiritual transition. He is the equivalent of Hermes Trismegistus in Hermetic tradition, Virgil in Dante's Divine Comedy, or Anubis in Egyptian mythology. But the white rabbit is also a slave to time. He is obsessed with the hour, urgency, and the fear of being late. Here, another occult concept emerges: time as a prison. In alchemy and Hermeticism, linear time is considered an illusion imposed upon human consciousness. Following the white rabbit is akin to entering this cycle of worry, clocks, and anxiety, an endless chase where time rules over existence. Alice falls down the rabbit hole, but her fall is not merely physical, it is symbolic. In all esoteric traditions, the initiate must descend into the underworld before they can be reborn. In the mysteries of Eleusis, neophytes spent days in complete darkness.
That's what your soul do. Your soul come down to this world. Yeah, all initiates.
Before receiving revelation. In alchemy, Nigredo is the stage of the decomposition of matter before its transmutation into gold. Alice undergoes the same process. She falls, floating past disordered objects as her perception of reality fractures. When she lands, she finds herself in a hallway filled with locked doors. This represents the liminal state in esoteric initiation, the intermediate space where the old world no longer exists, but the new one has yet to be revealed. At the center of the room, she finds a golden key and a bottle labeled "Drink Me." Here, another alchemical symbol emerges. In ancient transformation rituals, initiates consumed substances to expand their perception. In the Eleusinian mysteries, a sacred drink was consumed. In alchemy, the elixir of immortality was sought. Alice drinks the potion, and her body begins to change size, losing control over her own form. This is the collapse of the ego. In alchemy, transformation begins with the dissolution of the previous identity. In terms of psychological manipulation, this is the moment when the victim experiences a dissociation from reality, making them more vulnerable to reprogramming. Alice passes through the door and enters Wonderland. Here, everything becomes more chaotic and symbolic. Her first significant encounter is with the blue caterpillar, who smokes his pipe and asks her the fundamental question: "Who are you?" In esoteric tradition, the master does not provide answers, but pushes the disciple to find them on their own. The caterpillar represents the initiatory teacher, similar to gurus in Hinduism or mentors in secret societies. But he is also a symbol of transformation. Soon, he will become a butterfly, just as Alice must evolve on her own spiritual journey. From this point onward, Wonderland becomes a labyrinth of trials. Each character Alice meets subjects her to mental challenges, absurd logic games, and contradictions. This mirrors the initiatory rites of esoteric.
Absurd logic games. I think that's really, really important, because this ice situation logically don't make no damn sense. These dudes is not trained. They don't need to be out there. Like, it makes logically no sense. A lot of stuff that happens on TV makes logically no sense. It's like we are living this like while he's talking about this, I'm thinking about my own life. Like, damn, am I Alice?
Societies, where the initiate is tested in ways that challenge their understanding of reality. In mind, control systems, exposure to contradictory information is a technique used to fragment the psyche and make it more susceptible to suggestion. One of the most representative encounters in this phase is the tea party with the Mad Hatter and the March Hare. This is not just an eccentric gathering, but
the Tea Party. What about the Boston Tea Party, which led to the Revolutionary War? Oh, man.
a representation of time as a prison. The Mad Hatter is trapped in an eternal loop, forever stuck at tea time because time has stopped for him. This reflects a concept found in Hermeticism and occult philosophy. Time is not linear, but those who fail to understand this become trapped in its endless repetition. In alchemical tradition, mercury is a key element, and the Mad Hatter was inspired by 19th century hat makers who suffered from mercury poisoning, which drove them insane. This is tied to the idea of wisdom taken to the extreme, where deep knowledge...
Remember, I've been saying there's something about these people putting these hats on his head. There was some type of form of mind control. The magician wears the hat.
Knowledge can lead to alienation and madness. Another fundamental character in this phase is the Cheshire Cat, who appears and disappears, leaving only his unsettling grin behind. In esotericism, he symbolizes hidden knowledge, something that is never fully revealed, but only understood in fragments. His famous phrase, "We're all mad here," is not just a joke, but an allusion to a Gnostic principle. In a world of illusions, the only truth is madness. Alice begins to realize that the rules of Wonderland are arbitrary, that there is no real order, only chaos disguised as logic. This is the point where the initiation reaches its questioning phase. The initiate starts to see beyond the illusion. However, she is still trapped within the game. She has yet to reach the breaking point where she will confront the ultimate authority of the system. This first half of the story shows her going through ego fragmentation, initiatory confusion, and symbolic trials, but she has not yet reached the great revelation. She has not fully awakened, but she is no longer the Alice who fell down the rabbit hole. Alice has passed through the initial phase of her journey. She has experienced the fragmentation of her identity, the questioning of reality, and the chaos of Wonderland. But her trial is not yet over. Now, she must face the ultimate manifestation of the system, the authoritarian power that governs this absurd...
That's Donald Trump. And it's a woman. I know it's hard to believe, but all right, watch.
reality. Her path leads her to the Queen of Hearts garden, a place where logic remains a farce. There, she finds the gardeners painting white roses red because they planted the wrong color and now fear execution. This is a symbol of reality manipulation. Instead of accepting mistakes, they are hidden, masked, and altered to...
Oh, there's a problem? We got the solution, but it's going to cause a bigger problem. And then we're going to have to fix that too. So, and then when we fix that, it's going to cause another problem. It just keep on going on and on and on. It doesn't make logical sense, this place. You see what's going on?
Create the illusion of order. It is the reflection of a system where truth does not matter, only the illusion of control. Then, the Queen of Hearts appears, screaming her infamous order, "Off with their heads!"
Off with their heads!
The Queen is the symbol of absolute tyranny, of arbitrary power that does not require reason, only fear. In esoteric terms, she represents the demiurge, the entity that in Gnosticism imposes a false reality upon the spirit, condemning it to ignorance. Her reign is based on blind obedience. Her subjects fear her punishments, but they are rarely carried out. She is the embodiment of domination systems that exist only because the dominated...
They're rarely carried out. This motherfucker ain't... he ain't really did nothing to nobody, except for he dropped a few bombs. He did drop the mother of all bombs, though. I guess that fits in with the rarely.
Believe in them. The Queen's croquet game is a key scene in the second half of the story. It is played with flamingos as mallets and hedgehogs as balls, and the entire system is complete chaos. Nothing functions properly, the rules constantly change, and the outcome depends entirely on the Queen's whims. Carol did not choose these elements randomly. In Victorian society, flamingos were symbols of luxury and false elegance, while hedgehogs represented the common people. The Queen wields flamingos as tools of power, symbolizing the aristocracy, and strikes hedgehogs, who attempt to resist and escape. It is a satirical representation of power dynamics, where the lower classes are used and discarded at the convenience of the elite. But it is also an allegory of illusionary control. The system only works as long as everyone pretends it does. Alice begins to see the fragility of the world around her. Unlike the other characters, she does not fear the Queen, and with each challenge, her confidence grows. This is the final phase of esoteric awakening, where the initiate starts to clearly see the structures of power and their true nature. At last, Alice is taken to trial in a ridiculous court. She is accused of a nonsensical crime, the evidence is absurd, and the rules shift at the Queen's convenience. This scene symbolizes the farce of justice in a world ruled by arbitrary power. The trial is not a mechanism of truth, but a tool of control. The legal system, here presented as a parody, exists only to validate the ruler's power. But something has changed in Alice. She is no longer the confused girl who fell down the rabbit hole. She has gone through the initiatory process, she has seen the chaos of Wonderland, she has understood that the rules are an illusion. And at the crucial moment, she faces the Queen and speaks the words that shatter the spell. "You're nothing but a pack of cards." And with that single phrase, Wonderland collapses. This is the moment of final revelation. In esoteric tradition, the initiate can only complete their transformation when they see beyond the illusion. Alice has realized that the world she has been trapped in is fragile, a construct based on fear and obedience. By defying it, she destroys it. It is the equivalent of Buddhist enlightenment, of Gnostic transcendence. Then, Alice wakes up. She is back in the real world, in the field where it all began. But the most unsettling question remains unanswered. Has she truly awakened? For decades, Alice in Wonderland has been the subject of multiple conspiracy theories, suggesting that Lewis Carroll's work is far more than just a children's fantasy story.
I mean, the way you just told it, it definitely is. Okay. Before we get out of here, you gotta know. Venezuela, right? Remember, Maduro got locked up. And so there is one Venezuela player, and he does play for the New England Patriots. And this dude, either he gonna miss the last field goal or he gonna hit the last field. That's my prediction. Andres Boyagas, New England Patriots, Venezuela born, and this the city too, ain't it? Maybe I'm tripping. Venezuela born player who's playing in the Super Bowl, right? I need the date. I'm gonna find it. The date. I need the date Maduro got. Well, matter of fact, we just go ahead and look it up. And they need to be side by side too. They definitely need to be. Nicolas Maduro. That's his name. What's his arrest date? January 3rd. All right. 2026. All right, so that's what we need. All right, man. Please, everybody, like, comment, subscribe, man. Get up out of here. Peace, peace, peace. Word up. What's happening, fam? That's my guy, too, I bet. Been too long. Peace, fam. Peace. My guy, he be changing his name up. That's my guy, though. What's up with you?